Hey, how's it going, lads and ladies? Brad the Guitarologist here. As you probably know, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, I have always tried to focus on not the common guitars and the brands that you're used to seeing on a lot of other channels. The Fenders, the Gibsons, the Ibanez, etc. You tend to see a handful, a PRS, whatever, but you tend to see a handful of brands, manufacturers, and they're kind of talked about over and over and over again. How many times did you see a Harley Benton review, for instance? You've got all these review channels, and nothing against review channels. They're doing their thing and they've got their hustle, and more power to them. That's just never been really my focus on this channel. Although I've done a review or two here and there, it's never really been my focus. But when I do come across something unusual and odd and seemingly useful, and fills a niche that maybe somebody hasn't even thought of before, I do like to draw attention to it. Usually when I go guitar hunting and some of my older guitar hunting videos, you probably know, I'm stopping at every weird, Japanese guitar from the 60s and giving it a second look and picking up stuff that probably most people would roll their eyes and scoff at and say that that's a piece of junk. So I don't know, maybe I'm way off base and I'm just completely out of touch. I mean, in an age where everybody's going digital modeling amps, I'm still old school tube amp guy. So and I don't do pedals really to speak of. So what do I know, right? But when I see something, like I said, that deserves attention drawn to it, I am usually apt to try to draw attention to these sorts of things. And this is one of those things I wanted to show you. So this cropped up in my feed the other day, a couple of days ago, and I've been meaning ever since to do a video on this. I've wanted to react to what's going on here. So let's play this, and I'm going to show you what this person has. I don't know if they've developed this on their own or what's going on, but you can see here you've got a case, and it looks like a tweed case, and it really, at the end of the day, what it is a half of a guitar case. It's about a half of a guitar case. So he's got, and you can tell that by the latches that he has. He has one lock latch there on the end, and then he's got one that just comes down like a regular Fender case would normally be, but it's like it's cut down or something. And then he opens the thing, and he's got this inside, and check this the heck out. Okay, I mean, you want to talk about innovative design. This is really something special, I think. And as far as I'm concerned, Fender better be calling this guy and finding out if he designed this, and they need to be buying this patent and making this, because it's pretty damn incredible. So he's taken on the whole amping case idea here as well, which is just brilliant. It's something I've always advocated, the old amping cases, especially if you're a student or a busker, or somebody who you just want to make everything simple and compact as humanly possible, and still be able to travel around and play and do little pop-up gigs and jam sessions and practice sessions. But look at this, the way this opens up. The pickups actually have two little, I don't know, they're kind of like square dowels on the sides there of the body. And they're kind of like rails that everything travels on and expands as he opens the thing up. Headless, of course, and he's got the tuning machines down behind the bridge, which is another really cool design, and I like it a lot because it gives you the opportunity to make. Let me turn that down just a little bit so you're not blasted by it, by him tuning. But it gives you the opportunity to kind of hide away the tuning keys a little bit, so that they're kind of not as vulnerable. You don't have the bulk of the headstock and everything, kind of adding length and all that. But just the whole latch process. I'm going to replay that part one more time of him opening this thing, because this is, to me, this is pretty damn incredible. This is the money shot right in here. Okay, so yeah, there's a reason that's the most replayed, because look at this. I'm going to actually pause it there for 1 second. Whoops. So you can see he's got the jack back here. This looks like, is that the volume knob maybe? Maybe that's the only kind of downfall I could see with a body like this, besides the ergonomics of being able to sit and play with it as easily as a regular Strat. The squared off bit would probably take maybe a little bit of getting used to be able to sit with and play if you're used to a Strat. But I'm sure you could get around that. But people who do volume swells and things like that, you may have a hard time with the volume knob back here. But then again, it might actually be easier back here. I haven't thought about it too much, but there might be ways that you could pick and use your palm to still do some volume swells back here. Not really sure on that, Looks like maybe he has some controls up here on the top of the guitar as well, which is something that I've experimented with doing cigar box guitars, putting my controls up there like that on the side of the instrument. But this whole thing about this, the way that this ratchets open right here, the neck, that's cool enough. But then that right there, the way that the tension is applied to the strings by opening the body up and expanding it, that's genius. That's genius. So look at that thing. So again, he's got, I don't know if that's tone or probably volume. And then the couple of tone knobs here. Probably, I'm guessing. But check that out. Is that not the coolest damn thing? So I ran, this is what in Japanese, so I ran this through a translator and translated this. This says folding guitar Stratocaster like 2. So curious, I'm like, okay, this is the second one this guy's made, maybe. So I went to his page, and he's got this one as well. Check this out. So hardly anybody has seen this. This only got 4,000 views 8 months ago. That more recent video it's approaching 200,000 views now. It's blowing up actually, and deservedly so, because the dude has really put in some cool work on this. I don't know if this is something that he's made or if he's buying these. And this guy's name is Yuji Shimano. If any of you out there speak Japanese, let me know what this guy's saying, because I would really like to know. Did he develop this guitar? Is this his own design? What's going on here? And you can check this one out. So this is a Tele version of that design, and it looks like it only has one split in it because it only has 2 pickups, so you only need the one split in the body for the expansion. Again, he's built just a very highly custom amping case for this one also. And I'm telling you, man, if Fender does not try to find out who this dude is and contact him and buy the rights to this design or whatever they've got to do to be able to make these and sell them, this is a thing. I mean, that right there, that's genius. That's genius. There's a lot of modular guitars and travel guitars and different designs and stuff out there. I know there's a lot of stuff out there. And this isn't the first of its kind, but this is probably one of the best executed things I've ever seen for a travel instrument. I mean, you let me know. Have you... And what does that say right there? What does that say? What does that say right there on the neck? Is that a brand? Blues Walker. Blues Walker. So is that the name of the company? Let's check it out. Blues Walker travel guitar. That is what that said, right? On the back of that. Here we go. Japanese foldable guitar. Okay. Here we go. This Japanese foldable. Yeah, I will later. This Japanese foldable guitar system by Blues Walker contains everything you need for vintage inspired tones. Comes with an amp. The whole thing is packaged into a suitcase covered in a vintage style tweed. Yuji Shimano has created, so I guess he did create it according to this website. But where did they get their information? Maybe they're just speculating too. Contained within a tweed covered briefcase, it also houses a guitar amp and speaker. The Japanese guitarist has made something that looks classic, sounds like a vintage electric guitar setup. The invention could make it a perfect travel thing for musicians, yada yada. It's compact. I mean, that's all obvious to us if we've just seen it. Yeah, Blues Walker. Okay. Looks very Fender inspired. The Strat version has the trim. I mean, it's a telly in a freaking briefcase with an amp in the case. I mean, the only thing that would be missing from this, I think, would be like, what would be awesome is if this had like a built-in, not just a built-in amp, but like a built-in modeling amp, you know, with a lot of different sounds and things, and also like maybe an output where you could expand it into a like a little tiny PA maybe or something if you're a busker. If you have a second briefcase perhaps that has an extension speaker where you can do like a stereo thing and make it a little bit bigger and have a mic input also, so it would be your entire setup. And then your other case too could have like your microphones, maybe a pedal or something if you needed that, cables. This looks like it's got a lot of space in it though. He's got a pedal in here already, cables, mic stand, things like that. But how cool would it be to be able to have your guitar and amp and then, everything in just two hands like that? Check out all his work via Blues Walker site. Okay. So here we go. Blues Walker. This is the coolest freaking thing I think I've ever seen. I mean, honestly. Is that what I think it is? That's a cell phone amplifier. I've made one of those myself. That's so cool. I had the same idea back in about 2000, what was it, about 2008 or 9? I had a very, very similar idea to this. Basically making a little parabolic reflector for set your cell phone on. That's cool. Great minds, right? Maybe that's why I respect his other things so much. We just have the same kind of attitude. What's he got going here? So he's doing all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, man, this is neat. I'm not really seeing like how to order anything. Oh, here we go. Order product. Order product. Can I translate the page? Translate for me. Google. Apparently I don't know how to use Google. Can you please translate the page? Translate to English. Here we go. Okay. We make things using materials such as wood, metal, FRP, paper, shellac, varnish, natural cellulose lacquer. That's it? That's all you're going to tell me? That's it. So no real information here. I guess they're not ready to sell. But let's see. Translate this as well. Okay, so Yuji Shimano, born in 1971 in Ishinomaki City, Miyagi Prefecture. Lives in Sendai City. He is the representative of Blues Walker, a company that repairs, restores, and makes one-of-a-kind items for musical instruments, automatic musical instruments, and machinery. He sells general instruments such as guitars, harmonicas, as well as organs, music boxes, and antique items. He was in automobile maintenance, worked for 2- and 4-wheel mechanics, gained experience in automotive painting, sheet metal work, automotive modification, in charge of repairing and restoring various musical instruments at a museum. After the Great Japanese Earthquake, he became independent and assumed his current position. Interesting. Very interesting. What an interesting chap. And this isn't the end of it. Actually, he made one more I want to show you here too. And again, only 680 views on this thing. This was his first of the 3, it looks like, maybe. But this was a bass version. So clearly he's focused on, doing the Fender sort of thing here. But here's a bass. Sorry. Blues Walker. Yeah, if you guys look this guy up and check out his videos here, Yuji Shimano, and give him a sub too. People like this deserve a sub. It encourages people to keep doing what they're doing, to show them that they have some recognition. I mean, that in and of itself is brilliant, but then the way that he is extending the body to tighten the strings right here, this whole mechanism. You know what? I have a friend who speaks Japanese. I might have him over and maybe translate what this guy's saying at some point. But you see what I mean? It looks like the case, maybe he took a regular Fender case and cut it down or something. He might have even taken a regular Fender bass and modified... Well, no, maybe not, because... not the right shape, is it? But yeah, anyway, I just thought that was extremely cool. Like I said, I have always been attracted to the new and unusual and the innovative, and to me, that's just a highly, extremely innovative design, and the guy deserves some recognition for it. So definitely, I'll put his link down in the description. Give him a sub. Go check out his original videos, and tell me what you think. Is this something that you would buy one of? And if so, what would you be willing to pay for something like this? Just out of curiosity, what do you think something like this is worth in the marketplace? I'm really interested to know what you guys think about this.